us a pancake. Next Tuesday, it's Pancake Tuesday in the UK, in the United Kingdom. I remember Pancake Tuesday was a very special day when I was a child because I love pancakes. But we don't only have pancakes in England, we have pancakes in a lot of countries in the world. So what do we call pancakes in England? Well, if you keep watching the video and you don't stop watching the video, you will see. It's snowing. Well, a little. Hello, I'm Rachel. If you're new to my channel, welcome to Smile English Stories, where you can listen to English in lots of different contexts. So subscribe and hit the bell if that's what you like to do. And if I speak too quickly or too slowly, you can change the speed in YouTube. I think you know that the UK, the United Kingdom, is very complicated. The United Kingdom consists of Great Britain and Northern Ireland. The Republic of Ireland is a separate country, completely independent of the United Kingdom. If you see GB on a car, the car could come from Great Britain or Northern Ireland. But the people from the Republic of Ireland put IRL on their cars, and they are still in the European Union. So Great Britain consists of Scotland, Wales, and England. It's complicated. Of course, I remember my mum's pancakes. So let's phone her and see how she makes her pancakes. Hi Mum.
Hi Granny!
How do you make your pancakes?
Well, I mix all my ingredients in my liquidizer.
Okay. What ingredients do you use?
Well, first I mix 1 egg with half a pint of milk together in the liquidizer.
Okay, so 1 egg and half a pint of milk. Half a pint, that's about 280 milliliters. So if I plug my liquidizer in, put the milk and the egg in the liquidizer and mix.
With the liquidizer still running, I then add 4 ounces of plain flour and half a teaspoon of salt.
Okay, so 4 ounces, that's about 115 grams. Because 1 ounce in England is about 28 grams.
Be careful. Add the flour and the salt slowly. Don't add them too quickly or you'll get lumps in your batter.
Lumps are when the flour and the liquid don't mix together correctly, so I need to add this slowly. Hello, we're having pancakes.
French?
No, English pancakes.
French
Don't be so horrible.
pancakes.
live in France and my husband is French. If you live in France or if you have been to France, you will know that pancakes are a big French tradition too. But not only on one day of the year, all year. In France, you can go to a little pancake restaurant called a crêperie, and you can eat sweet pancakes with chocolate sauce or fruit or ice cream or maybe a little alcohol. And you can eat savoury pancakes with no sugar, with mushrooms or ham or cheese. They're really good. But on Pancake Tuesday, a lot of French people don't eat pancakes. They eat beignets. So the pancake mixture or the pancake batter is ready, and I'm just going to pour it into a bowl and put it in the fridge for a few hours to rest before I cook it. Okay, Mum, so how do you cook the pancakes?
Well, I cook them with a small amount of oil in my frying pan. Your dad tosses them to turn them over.
1, 2, 3. Woo! You're better than me. So what do you put on your pancakes?
Well, on Shrove Tuesday, we normally have sweet pancakes. Some with sugar and lemon, and others perhaps with jam or honey, or maybe chocolate spread.
Okay, thanks, Mum.
You're welcome. Speak to you soon.
Speak to you soon. I'm sure you know that Pancake Tuesday is a very important day in the Christian calendar. In fact, it's the day before the period of Lent. Lent is the name of the 40 days before Easter Sunday. And during these 40 days, traditionally Christians would fast. That means they would not eat rich food. And so Pancake Tuesday is the last opportunity to eat richer, fattier, perhaps sweeter food. The real name for Pancake Tuesday is Shrove Tuesday. Now, Shrove comes from shrive, which is a very old English word meaning if you're not perfect, like Mendy, and you go to church and you confess all your sins, all the things you have done wrong, then God will forgive you. Which sounds like a good plan to me. In England, there are a lot of traditions on Pancake Tuesday. And one tradition is the pancake race. People have to run while tossing a pancake. And the quickest is the winner. And there is a school in London called Westminster School. I'm sure you know Big Ben and the Houses of Parliament and Westminster Abbey. Well, it's just nearby. And in the school, every year, the chef makes a big pancake and he takes the pancake to the hall of the school and he tosses the pancake over a very high bar, and some of the pupils from each class fight for pieces of pancake, and the heaviest piece of pancake is the winner. The student wins a gold coin, but it's only symbolic. He has to give it back to the school for the next year. So what about the other countries of the United Kingdom and of Ireland? Well, the Irish seem to have pancakes a little bit like the English, the bigger, flatter pancakes. But I remember buying Scotch pancakes in the supermarket in England. They were really good too, and they were thicker than the English pancakes. And do you remember my Welsh dragon? Well, in Wales they have a thicker pancake too, a little bit like in Scotland, and they call it crumpog. Well, something like that. So what about other English-speaking countries? Well, I know Australia and Canada celebrate Shrove Tuesday too, and I think they have pancakes. But America is a little different. They have pancakes every day, like in France. I remember going to diners in America and having a big pile of pancakes for breakfast. But the thicker pancakes, my daughter loves making American pancakes. She mixes 125 grams of self-raising flour with a little salt and 3 tablespoons of sugar. And then she adds 2 eggs and 15 centiliters, that's 150 milliliters of milk, little by little. And then she makes little pancakes with the batter. In America, maple syrup seems to be very popular on pancakes, so that's what we are going to do. Let's pour some on, lots. Way, let it run down the sides. At this time of year, they have a festival called Carnival, like in a lot of other countries in the world. And we'll talk about that a little next week. I have my American pancakes with maple syrup and my English pancake with lemon juice. If you enjoyed the video, give me a thumbs up and share it with a friend who likes listening to English too. And enjoy making your pancakes and enjoy eating them too, of course. See you next time.